Hello, fellow actors. It's Michael Kostroff with another one of my videos on the micro mini elements of the audition process. I want to talk today about the post-audition blues. It's a real thing. Every once in a while, it doesn't happen to me that often, but every once in a while, you do an audition. It's not that anything goes bad, but you feel a little blue and maybe a little empty afterwards. Um, You know, we don't talk about this much as actors, but sometimes you pay a price. We give something from inside of us. We dig in deep and pull up our guts and offer them to people, a casting director, a director, to do with as they will. And it's a little. By the way, if you hear people singing, it's because I'm in an audition studio here, and there are many rehearsals going on around me. And if you don't, then you may just think that I've lost my mind. All I'm saying is it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a little bit postpartum. It's like you've just given birth a little bit. If that comes up in you, and for some of you, I think it probably comes up more often than not. I find for me, it's only if I've done some dramatic work that pulled something out of me. Give yourself a little treat. Go buy yourself a shake. Go buy yourself a toy. Go see a movie. Nurture yourself. Be a kind parent to your actor self, your little actor inside. And I'm sorry if that sounds corny, but I know us. We're sensitive. We're sensitive. And sometimes you get out of an audition and you just hit like an emotional oil slick and you feel vulnerable or delicate, maybe not even sad, maybe just really raw or vulnerable. And this is my entire message today. Don't be tough on yourself about that. Don't go, what's wrong with me? I got to pull myself up by my bootstraps. If you have responsibilities, of course, you have to continue to fulfill them. But if you're able to, or if you just have a moment to sit and talk to yourself and pat yourself on the back, auditioning's hard. It's hard. You put yourself in front of people. It's vulnerable. And I'm just advocating for you to be kind to yourselves when that happens. Yeah, that's all. For me, it's always mint chocolate chip ice cream, and I'll tell you why. When I was a little boy, I got lost. And back then cops were different. They'd hang out with the lost kids until the parents were there, and it was old time. And this cop bought me an ice cream cone to cheer me up while I waited because I was freaked out. And it was mint chocolate chip. And I tell you, to this day, that's what makes everything okay when it's not. So that's all I have for you today. You know what I'd really like to hear from you? I'd love to know what your soothing thing is. There's a guy who took one of my classes who said that he buys himself a bag of goldfish crackers after every audition. And I think that's just swell. I think that's great. So what do you do? What's your nurturing thing? Or maybe this is all really foreign to you and this doesn't happen, but I always like to know. Thanks. I will be back with more of these little mini audition thoughts very soon. All right, take care.